Hi, I have a what if question for you. What if there was a type of language being used around the world every day, but you could not understand it? People with autism have their own way of communicating and using language. Autism now affects 1 in every 59 children born here in the United States, with boys being 4 times as likely to be diagnosed as girls. I'm about to tell you a few early signs of autism that can occur in some young children. My son Kyle, who is now 17, showed some of these signs when he was a toddler. Number one, the child may have a delay in talking and or making eye contact. They may seem to think you are looking at them when you are not, and they may be oblivious to others talking or looking at them. Number two, a dislike of being physically touched. Although this is not true of my Kyle, who is thankfully a snuggler. Number three, they may become upset with the change in their routine. Most autistic children prefer structure in their schedules and may not understand changes in their routines. Number four, repetitive words or sounds are used as a way for the child to feel comfortable in their own world. Kyle used to hum instead of talk until he was probably about 4 years old. When he did begin to talk, he would get stuck on certain words and repeat them over and over again, like Disney or Pixar or Nemo, and just repeat them over and over again until we could get him unstuck and talking about something else. This kind of repeating of phrases over and over is called echolalia. Lastly, and number five, a lot of autistic children will use repetitive movements, which is also called stimming. This will look like hand flapping, walking on the tips of your toes without putting your heels down, or rocking back and forth. These movements can be very comforting to some autistic children. Now, these are not all hardened rules that everyone that has autism will show in their actions every day. My wife and I are certainly grateful that Kyle is a hugger and a snuggler. He also is pretty verbal, and I asked him to help me understand what it may be like to have autism. First, he said his brain is very busy with tons of information and thoughts between his ears, he said. I asked him if it was more like seeing through some kind of fog or a loud party in his head. He responded, it's like a big party at volume 11. Second, Kyle has trouble understanding figures of speech. When you may tell your friend it's raining cats and dogs outside, we pretty much understand that it's just raining really hard, like right now, by the way. But when Kyle was 7, during a rainstorm, he did go onto our deck, waited for a new family pet to literally fall down from the sky. Didn't happen. In conclusion, I want to say that people with autism may act differently, but they do deserve our empathy and time. Also, differences in people are to be not to be feared but celebrated. The statistics say that you, the audience, probably know someone with autism, and I hope that this short speech gave some insight into their world. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.